Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil Sunder Raj of the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Lavares Hines, a basketball player from Bainbridge, Georgia, and getting set to play overseas in Portugal. Lavares, thank you so much for this opportunity to interview you. Congrats on your success, with the game of basketball. And it's going to be really cool to see you be playing overseas. I guess let's first talk about how this opportunity arose, and just the fact that you're going to be playing internationally.
Well, honestly, how it happened was I was playing in a combine recently, and then they seen me play, and they invited me. I didn't get signed; it was a pro combine. I didn't get signed, but they invited me to another one. And then once they invited me another, they already had my contact information from Instagram, so they followed me on Instagram. They sent me an email and they said you're officially invited to the Euro Summer League. And then they sent me the contract to the mail. I signed the contract and it was official.
Wow, that is truly amazing. I can see you're smiling from ear to ear. I mean, it's hey, do me a favor, Lavares, increase your volume a little bit so we can hear you. It's a little bit low right now on your side.
Okay.
Yeah. Just want to make sure that everybody can hear you out there in terms of, what you're doing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you much better, much clearer now. Okay, go ahead. If you could just, once again, I know you just described it, but if you can do that again for the viewers out there in terms of how, this opportunity to play overseas in Portugal.
Repeat, please. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you just talk about the process of being able to play overseas in Portugal, Lavares?
Okay, the process. Okay, first I have to have my vaccine card. I have to passport, which I already have those cleared. I have to pay a fee, but honestly, the fee covers hotel, every stuff like that, hotel, food, clothing. I mean, the jersey, everything like that. So
nice.
Honestly, and I have to pay for the flight, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Talk about, you were describing in the beginning how you got word that you were going to be playing overseas. So talk about that, the moment that you received that word that, look, this is official.
Okay, when I really received it, it was through Instagram and my email.
Okay.
They sent it to me. It was like you're officially going to Portugal for basketball. So I was like, this can't be true at first. So I had to really, puzzle it together.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I was just excited, like, oh, what? I got invited to go to Portugal for basketball, and they was like, yeah, it's true,
Okay, talk about head coach, teammates, the team that you're playing for in Portugal. Let everybody out there, across, said the country know about this news here, about the team.
Honestly, the team, I will not know yet because it's basically like it's a summer league. So they'll just put me on, yes, sir, like a league like that.
That's great.
And I play.
Nice. So when this is yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it will be recorded and it starts September 2nd through the 10th.
Oh, very nice. That's great. That's nice. Hey, you've been playing basketball since you were very little. Just talk about, from where you started to now where you are now. This is just a remarkable journey that you've been on. But the fact that here you are, I said again, going overseas, and this, again, we were talking before we came on there, what this type of opportunity could lead to for you. Just talk about that, just the anticipation, just, what you're going to be able to bring, come September to that league.
Well, I've been playing since I was a kid. So, like, honestly, outside every day, just shooting around, like once you practice and you keep practicing, you build confidence.
Yeah.
And you keep playing, you build more confidence. So I felt like, oh yeah, I can be whatever I want to be if I, put my mind to it. So it was just like that. So when I kept playing every day, and as I got older, I started playing in the mornings, every night, after work, even nights I couldn't sleep, I go play basketball like that. and eventually it'll pay off. So that's why I say if you keep doing what you're doing, it will pay off.
Okay, now you've been in different types of competition. The levels have been, have varied, but talk about, have you heard anything about this league that you're going to be playing in Portugal in terms of the competition over there, Lavares?
I have, so that's why I be trying to go to like courts and find pickup games to play. So they get me prepared for that. So yes, I have.
Okay, that's great. Hey, let's just talk about how preparing, for this, and then even for a basketball season in terms of strength and conditioning, nutrition, rest and recovery, and we talk about mental health as well. But let's focus first on that strength and conditioning, how you've been individually, what you've been doing. You talked about the pickup games, but just in terms of, off the court as well, Lavares.
To me, off the court, I've been like lifting weights, going for runs, working out, and really eating healthy. I'm not even gonna lie, somewhere which I need to start.
Yeah, and I hear you, but also rest and recovery, because it's important. Like, they talk about in terms of stretching, being flexible as well, because that, if you're not in tip-top shape, that can really lead to injuries. Just talk about how you've been able to sort of, utilize that as well, Lavares.
So when it comes to stretching, like, see what I'll at my job where I work at, which is Home Depot, we'll do a daily warm-up where we'll stretch before we, start working. Yeah. And that, honestly, that have been paying off, because me, I'm a loading assistant, so I constantly lift like heavy bags of cement, wood and stuff like that. So that really comes in clutch too, honestly. But resting, I do rest. So like, if I ain't playing basketball, some days I'll stop playing basketball, and just quit that whole entire day.
Yeah, no, it's good to strike that balance. Hey, let's talk about your story. Is that you attended, I think it's Cibola High School in Yuma, Arizona, and you had a 3.5 GPA in high school. Just talk about that experience and what how that shaped you, Lavares.
Honestly, in high school, see me, I was mainly the popular kid in high school, but it was the thing. It was like I was more focused on being popular than my schoolwork. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Like, and then like my senior year, that's when I finally, like, honestly, it was the last minute. I finally got my stuff together. Like, do I really want to graduate? I had to ask myself, do I really want to graduate? So I was like, yes. So then I got my stuff together, graduated on time, and that was it.
Okay, great. Just talk about growing up. Of course, I know that your passion is basketball. Any other sports that you played growing up, Lavares?
Honestly, I played football.
Okay.
And football, I was quarterback and wide receiver. I could throw and I could catch.
Okay.
But my main position in football would be a quarterback.
Okay. They talk about playing multi-sports, the fact that one sport can, aid you, in another one. Talk about playing those multiple sports and how that's helped you, in terms of, staying active and in shape as well. I mean, that must be, exciting that you were able to do that as well.
Honestly, both of those sports help out a lot, because in my neighborhood, I play with kids. So they be like, you want to play football? You want to play basketball? So I'd be, all-time quarterback for both teams. So I throw for both teams, or playing pickup games. We'll play basketball together and I shoot. They'd be like, see, can they guard me, play with them, and just pass the ball to them. So it really helped out a lot, honestly.
I'm wondering when it turned for you that you knew that, look, basketball is my better option here, and this is what I'm going to be good at, and I'm going to pursue, for basically the rest of my life here. Did you know that there was a certain point?
Honestly, I was really confused, because I was like, basketball or football, because I like both. Yeah. And basketball is my passion, so I was like, basketball more is my passion than football, so I took basketball.
That's great. Okay, so in terms of playing basketball, what positions do you play? What's your, strongest position here?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. Okay, that's great. So I'm wondering when it comes to watching college basketball, NBA, any particular players that you pay attention to and sort of try to emulate maybe or take some tidbits away?
Stephen Curry.
Oh, okay. Not a bad choice, right?
Because his
Cream
shot,
of the crop.
right. His shot is on point. So I was
Yeah.
like, man, I be trying to study his shot because
Yeah.
if he consistent dropping like that, imagine dropping in the game like me,
Yeah.
just as myself like that. I was like, oh man, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm just wondering, I mean, I know it's in terms of I've asked other athletes watching film, you know, maybe you watch the game or it's just what you pick up in a practice or you said a pickup game. When you're out there in the court and what you are, just the fluidity of the game, just, you know, what you see from your perspective when you're out there and when you're, you know, chucking up a jump shot or driving into the paint. Just talk about those moments just during a basketball game, you know, because not a lot of people, of course, get to hear it from an athlete, you know, just in their perspective, what, you know, the game, you know, the motion of it. I mean, it's such a fast game. It's such a fast-paced sport. Just talk about those moments, Lavares.
Right. So like when you're driving in the paint, it feel like, okay, dude, you gotta watch for a defender coming a different way. So you gotta watch how you're going to switch the shot up too. So
Yeah.
like when you shooting and you miss, you still gotta have a good expression because you gotta think about it. Not maybe the next shot you hit, but not this shot you hit. You know, you gotta still have the same good confidence of making that shot, making the next shot as well. But when you like, even with a crossover, you be like, oh, he got me. You can't let the defender think that they got you because when they play defense on you, they could be like, oh, he already gave it away, so you know, I can get the ball. Yes, sir.
Okay, on the flip side, let's start defensively. You know, when you're matched up against, you know, say me, the best player on the opposing team. Talk about, you know, again, you know, there's such attention to detail, you know, it's in the fine points of being on defense. Just talk about that aspect, you know, what you bring to the table as well, Lavares.
So when I'm playing defense, the first thing I look at is feet stance. Mm-hmm. If he's square, then that means he can, you know, easily get off his stance and pick up on defense. But like me on defense, I'm looking at how he stand, his eye contact, and how his hand is, and his hand movement. So like if he has like poor feet stance, then I know I can get past him and bypass him, make a shot or swing for a pass. So it just depends on how they stand to me.
It's great. That's great. It said you're from Bainbridge, Georgia. It said I know that it's been a grind for you in terms of growing up there, but just talk about how you've been able to persevere and just rise above. It's not easy. I mean, you said here you are now getting set to leave home and, you know, again, travel internationally. Just talk about that part, Lavares.
Honestly, living in Bainbridge is hard to get out because of jealousy, like I said, because it's a small town and everybody's gonna hate on everybody because they feel like, oh, since I'm doing something, but it's not as good as how you doing it. You know what I mean? So it was like going overseas, it feels like a dream come true because honestly, me, I'm a Christian and I pray for that to happen. And it's slowly manifesting to what I prayed for. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, it's important to have strong faith. I mean, that's the thing, you know, and the fact that you are religious. I mean, because I'm sure, you know, we talk about the stresses of life, of playing basketball, to have your faith, you know, that kicks in and that you're able to rely on. And I'm sure is to help you to de-stress and to stay relaxed. Just talk about that, Lavares.
So like me, even before a game or a pickup game, I pray because see me, I don't play with jealousy. I play with just having fun, you know, enjoying it. So some people, like even when I get around a crowd, I don't know, I pray because it keeps me protected and it keeps me focused.
You know, I'm wondering for you, preparing for a game, you know, you put that jersey on, you know, I said your sneakers, everything, you warm up. just talk about those moments that, as you're entering onto that court. And I even forgot to ask you before, when you're at the free throw line, everybody says when you're at the free throw line, it's like, that is a out of body experience, because, you got, opposing players, you got, the crowd, whether you're at home or you're away, but just talk about that as well. I had to ask you, Lavares.
Okay, that moment, like when you're in the free throw, it's feel like all eyes on you, because it's up to you to make that one shot, or that 2 shots or 3 shots.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, it feels like pressure, like your heart is just,
Yeah, it's fluttering. No, definitely. Hey, for you, you're so talented. I was so impressed by your background story. The fact that here you're, I said, working at Home Depot. I said you put in a lot of time, a lot of hours. But the fact is that you still find ample amount of quality time for your hobbies: graphic design, marketing, making beats, of course, playing basketball and football. But talk about that, because I think that's really essential. The fact that you have some of these skills here that are going to carry you a long way, just not in terms of playing basketball, but then, of course, even, as I said, there's life after sports. The fact that you have those, I'm just wondering how you've been able to tap into that. And, I said, I'm sure, it's gonna, again, sky's the limit for you, but just talk about the graphic design, marketing, and making beats. That's really cool.
Those are my passions too, because I still, even though basketball is my main passion, I still find a way to put, those hobbies inside that hobby in one hobby. So, but like graphic design, I've been doing that for since I was a kid too. So I started in high school, but actually start making cartoons and actually bringing stuff to life, like from my imagination. I was around when I was 17, honestly, but beats, I started making beats when I was little too, like around elementary school. So you just got to stay with it, I think.
Yeah. No, that's tremendous. The fact that you have that creativity, and it's shining through, that the fact that and people are able to see that the work, you have a blueprint, and it's really, that's fabulous. And I'm sure that, again, said that's gonna, again, you're gonna move up the ladder, and you probably already have, but I said, again, you're so young, and that you're able to, again, capitalize on that type of work. And what's important is that it develops work ethic, your value set. The fact that you already, again, are working, and then you have, these hobbies. I'm sure that that's something that, again, keeps you, again, active, I said, from morning till night. Just talk about that, because I think, and that's what I think teams want to see as well in you, that you display that type of commitment. Talk about that, Lavares.
So that do keep me focused. Those hobbies do keep me focused, and it keep me like, so I use what I do. I put what I can use all those hobbies, if it can be useful, into basketball, if that makes sense. See, I'm creative, so I find whichever way I use my imagination, like, constantly. So when I do those things, it feel like I got an unlimited, imagination. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, the potential is definitely there. Hey, let's talk about social media. I know you're big on it. I said highlight videos. There's a lot to compact there. The fact that and athletes are doing it. It's starting out young, and because there is a lot of competition out there. But the fact that you've been able to do it, and find your space. Talk about that, because I think that's, again, critical, that in terms of people seeing you, what you bring to the court as well. Talk about that, Lavares.
See, that's the main focus. People wonder, even when you step on the court, they wonder what you can bring to the court. Yeah. So even no matter if you in high school, college, pro, no matter what, that's what they're gonna look at. Oh, they're gonna look at how your speed. They're gonna basically observe you. Yeah. Because, like, see me, I wear glasses, so they're gonna underestimate me regardless.
Yeah.
But what you bring to the court is what really matters.
No, I agree. I agree. I just have a couple more left. Can't take enough of the time. Lavares, I see in the background a lot of pictures of family. I know
Yes,
they
sir.
mean the world to you. Talk and you've said they are your motivation. Talk about what they've meant to you. You know, said during this entire journey here.
See, my family play a very important role in my life because they are my motivation. They support me, and they do keep me balanced. Because even when I do get off track, they make sure I get right back on track. Yes, sir. And
Sure.
even my grandma, she passed away. Like she passed away recently, but she was my main person I go to because she keep me on, keep me straight, keep me in line because
Yeah.
she know my potential, so she keep motivating me, keep motivating me. She like, you do all this stuff, and if you get off track, I'm gonna help you out because
Yeah.
I know your potential. You know.
That's great. That's great. I think my final question is before you get the final word here in terms of your message or advice for younger athletes, younger kids out there. You said you've been through, again, when you were early on, just growing up, just what, and this is just a very these are challenging times, for kids out there, athletes. There's so many outside influences, a lot of stuff out there. We talk about social media even, but a lot of pressure in terms to succeed. But what you would say to them in terms of trying to navigate these, these turbulent times?
See, for the younger athletes, I would tell them right now is to stay strong because think about it, it's hard out there in the world now because you got older guys or young adults my age, they're manipulating kids to the point where they brainwashing them, where they underestimate them. You can't do this. They got to stay strong and actually do that, motivate themselves too at the same time because at the end of the day, you are your own person, so you got to motivate yourself.
Yeah. Hey, you'd be a great motivational speaker as well.
Thank you.
All right, Lavares, you get the final word here. Message to family, friends, I don't know, former teammates, coaches. The floor is yours.
Well, all of them, I tell them thank you for the support because they helped me. Even though from pickup games to playing one-on-one with them, they helped me. So they played an important role too.
All right, sounds good. Hey, Lavares, again, just an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you, and very happy for your success and wishing you all the best. Again, playing basketball there overseas in Portugal. I said in the fall time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.